how do we actualize our dreams into reality, and how do we do it quickly? Well, first of all, we need to understand that we live in a world where everything looks like it's happening fast, right? We live in a world of marketing. We live in a world of illusion. We live in a world of storytelling. We live in a world of social media, right? And so I wanted to hop on here and have a conversation around how to actually actualize your genius, your dreams into reality, so that as you reach certain milestones in your life, you can be in the space of alignment and be in the space of following the path without trying to reject the path. So I want to talk about that for a moment. So what do I mean by accepting your path? Well, when we don't accept a part of ourself, we reject a part of ourself, which blocks us from fully being who we truly are in the world, our true essence, our true identity, our true gifts. And so a big part of actualizing your dreams into reality and bringing them into the here and now is really about accepting your journey, accepting yourself, accepting where you're at. And so the other day I was in a bit of a headspace of like, this needs to be this way. This is all internal, how I talk to myself sometimes. We all have that internal dialogue, right? And it was like, this needs to be this way. This needs to happen this way. And like all of these like commands and demands and ways things need to be or should be. And I've talked to a couple friends over the last couple of days, and I was like, oh my gosh, like my ego was coming on super strong and trying to hijack where I'm at and what I'm creating and what I'm all about. And this happens a lot. I see this a lot with entrepreneurs. I see this a lot with the visionaries and the people that I serve in community. Is we're not accepting where we're at. We're not accepting our path, and we're trying to be somewhere else. This is one of the main reasons why I feel, from my observation of self and others, why people self-sabotage, why people get distracted, why people quit, why you're getting in your own way, why you're overcommitted, distracted, all of the things. A lot of it I'm starting to see really has to do with lack of acceptance, lack of understanding, lack of really knowing that every moment, everything that we create, everything that we do is a stepping stone, is a part of the bigger vision of our highest self, our highest potential coming into reality. I don't know about you, but in the world that we live in, and I'm all about this, just so you know, I'm all about full potential, going to your edge, stretching yourself, moving yourself to that next level. I'm all about the expansion and the creation and saying yes to life, saying yes to your vision, saying yes to your genius, saying yes to your soul. And at the same time, one of the things that blocks so many of us from really actualizing that and feeling the way that we want to feel when we have reached certain milestones and goals in our life is that we haven't mastered the art of acceptance. We haven't mastered the art of really deepening our relationship with self, really deepening the relationship with the truth of who we are, because of all of the programming and all of the noise that's in the way. So I was on someone's show earlier today, or their Facebook Live with them, and I was asked, what is one of the biggest things that blocks visionaries, leaders, impact-driven entrepreneurs from really actualizing their genius fully and really creating a life and business, etc., that they love? And it just kept coming back to, not really truly connecting and understanding our true identity. And I'm not talking about this from like scratching the surface level, I'm not talking about this like, oh, like I'm not just, I am a soul. I'm talking about going really, really, really deep into actually seeing, understanding, and mastering your true identity so that when the programming, when the ego, when the trauma, when the past fears, when the stuff comes up, you can be like, oh, that's my ego. Oh, that's a coping mechanism. Oh, that's part of my person. Laugh at it. So last night I was sharing with a couple friends over the phone about something that was coming up for me, something that I was trying to control, right? Because we try to control things, we try to push things when we're not in acceptance. Because if we were in acceptance, there would be nothing to push, there would be nothing to change, there would be nothing to control or manage. When you hear those words, manage, control, push, that is our energy being pushed outside of us, right? That's us going outside of ourselves to do something. And that's not where magic happens. That is not where manifestation happens. And I'm not saying that you don't have to take action in your life in order for things to happen. You do. But too many people are trying to control and manage experiences because they haven't mastered their true identity, and they're caught up in the programming that's getting them to step away from themselves and do all of this work, and not be fulfilled with it at the end of the day, not get the results that they want, and really not feel that the way that they want to feel. Am I right? So for those of you, I don't know who's watching right now, feel free to comment below, whether you're watching live or the replay. I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs, visionaries, and leaders, and it's the same thing. It's the same things come up with everyone. It just looks different, right? So if you feel like you're not creating the life that you want, if you feel like you're jumping all over the place, you're not making the kind of money that you want, you're not making the kind of impact you want, you're feeling burnt out, stressed out all the time, and you're wondering why things aren't happening, it comes down to a few key principles of first of all, not learning and understanding how to master your personality, because you need to master your personality so that you can use it for you, and you're not a slave to your personality, because your personality will be that thing that causes you to stay stuck. Hey there, Joy, good to see you. To self-sabotage and to push and not be fulfilled at the end of the day. And that's not why we're here on earth. We're not here on earth to be stressed out, to feel shitty about ourselves, to not get the results that we want, to be burnt out. That's not it. We are here to actually transcend right beyond our personality, learn how to master it, step and activate our true identity, and then go out there in the world and co-create an expansion, a manifestation of who we are into the world, which can be through business, it can be through play, it can be through all of these different things. And that is where things happen. That is when you're able to break free. I was in conversation with someone the other day around this work, and we can be running as fast as we can forward. We can know where we want to go, but if you have chains wrapped around your stomach pulling you back, you're not going to get where you want to go. You're going to get exhausted. You're probably going to want to quit. You're not going to feel the way that you want to feel, and you might even give up on your dreams. This is really common. There's a lot of things that we do in order to block ourselves from really getting to where we want to go. Hey Britt, good to see you. And so it's so important to master the art of your personality, step and activate your true identity, which is where your true power comes from, and then take that and actualize it into reality, which is the path of least resistance, not the path of most resistance. A lot of people talk about the path of least resistance as it being lazy. That's not necessarily what it is. It's about the path of least resistance within self creates the path of least resistance externally, so things just happen within us because we're operating from a place of alignment. So I was on the phone last night with a couple of friends, and I was kind of in a little bit of control mode in my head about this needs to be this way, and we all have our things that we do. And I laughed because I was like, it's my ego. Like, I know it's my ego. And then I was able to move on. So when it pops up, I'm like, ego, whatever it is, or past programming, childhood stuff, whatever. But it comes up, it's acknowledged, and then it's moved to the side. It's not showing up, it's not running the show. And that's a skill that I've learned to develop over time because I've done a lot of deep work on deconstructing the personality, which is a huge part of the work that I do with my clients, in my programs, in my events. And so this is something I wrote down yesterday, which was really significant to me. And it just kind of came out of me. And I thought it might land for you if you're pushing, if you're managing, if you're not feeling the way that you want to feel right now. And it is stop making things bigger than they need to be and let them be what they're meant to be. I'm going to say that again. Stop making things bigger than they need to be and let them be what they're meant to be. Thought around what we're here to create in the world. Yes, those visions you've had are for you, otherwise you wouldn't have them. And on the journey of actualizing your full potential, there are smaller milestones along the journey, right? And those smaller milestones are a part of the bigger picture. And so when we stop trying to make things bigger or better, or, we're self-criticizing or we're comparing ourselves to others or whatever it is, and we can just accept our journey, accept where we're at in the journey, that is when we're able to tap deeper into the magic of what we're creating and really feel the way that we want to feel at those different milestones. So I wanted to share that with you today because it's something that I was noticing within self. Wrote this down the other day. I was laughing really hard with a friend last night on the phone about this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And so it's about mastering your personality, deconstructing it, and then taking that and using it for you rather than against you. I have a really special event coming up next week, Wednesday to Friday, middle of the week, because that's how we roll. And what we're doing is we're doing this deeper work. We're deconstructing the personality. We're activating the true identity, which is where your true power comes from. And then we're taking all of that and we're actualizing that into reality so that you can become a conscious creator of your life in a really powerful way without trying to manage, without pushing, without all this stress and all these distractions that are getting in your way of you really showing up as the powerful messenger that you are, as the powerful thought leader that you are, as the powerful leader that you are, as the powerful visionary that you are. Because the biggest thing that blocks us who are in this space of really wanting to make a big impact in the world, it's ourself, it's our personality, it's our programming, it's all of the things that we mentioned and the distractions. So this event is going to help you release that, activate your true power so that you can show with your vision, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. That's what it's about. It's not about hitting all these goals. I mean, it is. I'm all about that, and I help people do that really quickly. Don't get me wrong, but this is the foundational work that the masters at play, who are the highest level in the world, have learned how to master in a deep way. And without this, nothing works in a big way. And you can reach milestones and all of that in your life, but you'll probably not feel the way that you want to feel. That's really common. You'll self-sabotage, you'll get distracted, you'll question your purpose. All of this stuff will continue to come up because you haven't learned how to master your personality and really activate the deepest power of your true identity. So we're going to be doing the work at the 3-day Turn Your Light On experience. Super, super powerful. This event, so far, we've had about 100 people go through the event in the past. This is the first time I'm running it in Vancouver live in 2 years, my friends. And I am super, super excited about it. I'm going to drop the link below so that you can grab your tickets. We have some great guest speakers. We have Colin Sprake, who is known for Make Your Mark. He's done over 400 events a year with his past business. He's a rock star. We've got my friend Michael Tremor. He's going to be talking about leadership. And we have Brittany Milanchuk. I always say Michael Chuck who's going to be a speaker as well. She has a club in Vancouver for entrepreneurs. There's a lot of great things that are happening at this event. Super excited to take you guys on a deep journey, and it's sacred space. If you have work, I recommend calling up your clients, calling up the people, taking 3 days off, calling in sick. Spend this time for you. This is going to transform your life in a powerful way. Every single person who has been to this event that I've seen online over the past 2 years has launched something really powerful into the world. And this is the foundational work of really owning who you are. And I'm super excited about it. So grab your ticket. The link is below. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to comment below. Great to see you guys. Can't wait to facilitate this magical experience. It can be extremely powerful if you're a visionary, if you're a leader, if you're an impact of an entrepreneur, if you know that you're here to create a change in the world. This event is the one that you are not going to want to miss. Big love. Mwah!